Today we're going to learn about lines, and we're going to practice using our lines today to draw this really cute hot air balloon with all the decorations of lines on there. And if we do a good job today, then next week we'll get to paint it. Now, if you do not make your lines perfect, that's okay, because today we're just practicing. You've never drawn lines like these before, so today we're just practicing. If you don't do yours perfect, it's not a big deal. Okay, all right, so we're going to start off with our paper and our black oil pastel, and we're going to draw our hot air balloon. So I'm going to lay him over here, move this aside, and we're going to start off by drawing the little bucket down here. And I've got some of the lines on here for you already to help you out, but we're going to draw the rest on our own. So we're going to draw our bucket first, and to draw our bucket, we've got to start at these two lines, and we have to draw two lines down and in a little bit. Okay, we're going to draw down and in. So I'm going to come onto this side, and I'm just going to draw a short little line that comes in a little bit. I'm going to go to my other side, and I'm going to draw the same line but going the other way. All right, that's the two sides of our bucket. Now we got to draw the bottom of our bucket, and we're just going to connect these two lines right on the end. There we go. Now we got to draw our hot air balloon, which is what shape? It's almost a circle, right? It's a big, huge rainbow shape that goes up, 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 almost to the top of the page, and then back down. It's not a little tiny circle, it's a big circle, so it's more of a rainbow shape. So we're going to start on this side right here. Put your finger on this spot, and we're going to start here, and we're going to draw out towards the edge of the page, up towards the edge of the page, and then this side toward the edge of the page, and then back down and connect it to this side. Now, try to make it as round as you can, a pretty rainbow shape, but if yours is not perfectly round, that'll be okay. All right, so watch me first. I'm going to put my oil pastel here. I'm going to go out towards the edge of the page, up towards the edge of the page, to the side towards the edge of the page, and then back down to my bottom. Okay, so there's mine. It's not perfectly shaped, but that's okay. All right, now we've got to connect our basket to our hot air balloon. So we're going to draw some lines going from our basket up to our balloon. So let's start on this side, draw a line up, go to the other side, draw a line up till it touches your balloon, and then just put two more on the inside. There, our basket is touching our balloon. All right, it's time for us to start drawing some of our lines. I know we practiced some of these lines earlier. We're going to practice drawing them. They do not have to be perfect, but just do the best you can. So we're going to start off with this first one, which is the easiest line. It's a wavy line. Kind of looks like the ocean. Okay, it goes up smooth, down smooth, up smooth. So go to the very top of your balloon and get your oil pastel, and we're going to try to do this wavy line. So I'm going to go up smooth, down smooth, up smooth, down smooth, all the way across until I get to the other side. Then stop. Don't go outside your balloon. Now let's do a zigzag line. This is the one that kind of looks like mountains. It goes up to a point, down to a point, up to a point, down to a point. So let's go back to this side. We're going to go up, point, down, point, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, good job. Next one is our squiggly line. This is kind of like a roller coaster that goes upside down. You're going to go up, around, and down, up, around, and down. This one's kind of hard, so just do the best you can. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go up, around, and cross through, and back down. Up, around, cross through, and back down. Just do the best you can. If yours is not perfect, that is okay. We're just practicing today. All the way till you get to the other side. Then stop. All right, this one's really easy. This one is a polka dotted line or a dotted line. We're just going to make dots all the way across our paper. Make them nice and neat. Space them out nice and even. Straight line. Okay. Our next line is just going to be a straight line. We're going to do a straight line all the way across. Easy peasy. You can even put 2 if you wanted. All right, our next line is called a M line or a scalloped line. We call it an M line because it kind of looks like a bunch of M's right next to each other, or humps. This one's pretty easy. You just go like a rainbow shape. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Like little rainbow shapes or M's right next to each other. Really simple. The next line is my favorite line. It is the castle line. It's called the castle line because it looks like the top of a castle. So to make this line, we go over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up. So we're going to do this together. So watch me first, then we'll work together. All right, so we're going to go up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over. Kind of looks like the top of squares or the top of a castle. All right. If you didn't do very good on that, that's okay. We're going to practice this one more this year. It's a really fun one once we learn how to do it. The last line, we're going to do a dashed line. It's a line. This one's a dashed line. It's a line that's broken. So when we make a dashed line, we make a little line, then we lift our old pastel up, go over, little line, space, little line, space, little line, space, little line, space. Now, if you still have room, I'm out of room, but if you still have room under here, you can use your own lines, make up your own lines, or repeat some of your favorites again, okay? Just do them again. Which one was your favorite? Make another one. Fill up your whole balloon until it's completely filled with lines. Now, we also want to decorate our basket. So if you want to do more stripes or wavy lines or zigzag line, that's up to you. Maybe you want to do a spiral. I love spirals. Remember, this is that line that gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm going to make a couple spirals in here. It goes big circle, and it goes in until it gets smaller and smaller. All right. Or maybe you want to put some polka dots in there, or do both. It's up to you. Decorate your basket however you want. Maybe you just make stripes. All right, now if we want to add some clouds to our picture, right, because he's flying in the sky, we can add a few little clouds. So you can add your clouds however you want and wherever you want. But to make a cloud, we kind of have to use that M line. Remember that M line? But go in a circle. So I'm going to make that M line to make a puffy cloud. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put a littler one right here. I might come up here and put another little one that's maybe hiding behind. All right, so there is our hot air balloon with our lines. Now, if you did a good job on this today, then next week we will paint this all different colors, any color you want. Okay, today we are going to paint our hot air balloon that we decorated with all the lines that we learned. You're going to be able to paint this any color you want. So we're going to start off with our brush. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. We're going to do our yellow first. So if there's any spots on here that you want to paint yellow, we're going to do that first. So all your spots you want yellow. So I'm going to paint my basket yellow. So we'll dip our brush in our paint and we'll really gently paint whatever you want yellow. Try to stay in your lines. Don't use a different color yet. We're only using yellow right now. So I think I will use this spot yellow. I'm going to go to the top and make this spot yellow. Take your time on this. Stay in your line. Alright, so once you're done with your yellow, I'm going to come around and get the yellow and take that away because we don't want to mess our yellows up. Alright, go ahead and wash your brush. Okay, we know how to wash our brush. We just talked about that. We're going to take our brush. We're going to stick it to the bottom of our cup. We're going to stir it like hot soup. No, we don't want to splash hot soup, right? It'll burn you. So stir it gently. And then what do we do with that drippy? We rub it off on the edge. Get all those drippies off. Now, do we tap? No, we don't tap because we don't want to splatter paint and water everywhere. So we're going to rub. All right. Now, go ahead and let's use our orange next. So choose a couple spots on your art that you would like to be orange. And go ahead and paint that. We're only doing orange right now. No other color. Take your time, go around. Now you don't want a lot of paint. Okay, we don't need a lot of paint. Spread your paint out. If you see any puddles on your paper, go ahead and spread those puddles out because we don't want puddles. Puddles will look messy when it dries. So if you see a puddle, go over there and get the paint off of it. Spread it out. We don't want any puddles. So pick your spots that you want. Orange. Go ahead and paint that now. Take your time. Get in between the lines. You don't have to paint the same spot as I do. Alright, I'm going to come down here in my castle line. I'm going to paint this castle line orange. Alright, now I'm going to switch colors. So what do I need to do? I need to wash my brush again. So we're going to dip it in my cup, the bottom of my cup, stir gently like hot soup, and then rub my drippy off on the edge. Alright, we're all going to use green now. So choose a couple spots on your art for the green. Take your time, color in all your spots, nice and neat. Don't have to rush this. Alright, let's go ahead and wash that brush up. We're going to use red now. We got two colors left that we're going to use. We're going to use red and purple. So decide which ones are going to be purple, which one's going to be red. So let's use our red first. So let's go ahead and use our red. Any spot you want. Alright, so gotta wash that brush. We know, put it to the bottom of the cup, stir like hot soup, rub our drippy off on the edge, and the last color we're going to use on our balloon is our purple. So if you got any spots left, now's the time. You're going to paint those really quickly, paint those purple. Alright, then we've got to wash that brush. Rub our drippy off on the edge, and we're going to paint our sky. What color's left? Blue. We're going to paint our sky blue. We don't want to paint our clouds though. We want to leave those pretty and white. So we're going to paint around our balloon and around our sky. So go ahead and begin. Even this part between our balloon and our basket, we've got to paint that blue too. So make sure you paint this area. But just spread your paint out. We don't want any puddles. So don't go back and get more paint. If you have a puddle of paint on your paper, spread that puddle out because we do not want puddles. It will not dry pretty. It'll dry really discolored and kind of lumpy looking. So let's go ahead and spread those puddles out. And we're going to paint our whole paper. Everything that's left, that is white, except for our clouds, we are going to paint using our blue. We're not going to use any other colors. Take your time, go around your clouds, go around your balloon. No puddles, spread those puddles out. If you see a puddle, go back and spread it out. I don't want any puddles on there. Alright, when we're done, we're going to wash our brush off, stir it like hot soup, rub our drippies off on the edge, and then lay your brush down in your tray. Don't leave it in your water because it will ruin your brush. Now we have wet paint here, wet paint. What do we need to do with it? We can't leave it here. We're going to have to take it over to our drying rack to dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick it up like this, and we're going to use our thumbs to hold it. See how my thumb is holding it on both sides? I'm pinching it. Okay, now we don't carry it like this. We carry it like a lunch tray. Okay, think about how you would carry a lunch tray or a plate. We're going to use our thumbs to hold it. And when I call your table, you're going to bring your art to me to the back of the room to the drying rack, and I'm going to show you how to stick your art on the drying rack. We never put our art on top of somebody else's wet art because if you do, it'll stick together when it dries and it'll ruin all of your art. So we're going to put our art on the drying rack, and then you'll go back to your table and clean up your table because it's almost time to line up to leave.